Hello race fans and welcome again to Gravity Throttle Racing. This is the Baja Bouncer Invitational quarterfinal number 4. My name is Aaron Take.
Hello race fans, this is Richard Gere. And only if you've been sleeping under a rock do you have no idea what's going on. It has been a phenomenal tournament, amazing comebacks and finishes. Aaron is going to introduce you to the final 4 of the quarterfinal.
Here on the inside lane, the number 2 seed is Killa Kowalski from FPD Racing. He lives in South Carolina, and he does race and has a team that races real-size cars. Next to him is the number 3 seed from Dubious Diecast. That's Mr. Dark. He drives the number 13 Baja Bouncer and is from Oklahoma. He is a professional artist. The number 4 seed from Live Young Diecast is Lone Star from Texas, and we have no idea what ABN graffiti stands for. Then finally, on the outside lane, the number 1 seed is Puff from Puff's Racing, and he comes from Massachusetts. He has a birthday coming up, so send him a Hot Wheel.
Massachusetts, Texas, Oklahoma, and South Carolina. We are about to begin race number 1. On the outside is Puff, and closest to us is Killa Kowalski. There's the green light, and it looks like the Texan has a lead, and Puff got stuck, but now the Oklahoman, that's Mr. Dark, he is out in the lead first down the Joker lane. A nice drift by Lone Star as he jumps over the train jump and through the S-turns well ahead of the other drivers. What a way to start the 8-round racing. Around the Big U he goes, and Mr. Dark is in second. Oh, he tips over, but he's going to slide through for first. Mr. Dark is going to spin in for second, and here comes Killa Kowalski in third.
And race fans, let's begin here and take a look at Puff. He comes over the jump, and you can see on the right side he gets stuck. Meanwhile, the Texan has a hard bump into the wall, but that catapults him around with an excellent drift into the lead. And down the runway, from the runway cam, he shows himself to be clearly in the lead. Killa Kowalski spins around, but to no avail. Lone Star has 4, Mr. Dark with 3, and Killa Kowalski with 2 after 1 race.
Well, the drivers are up for the second race now. Puff is closest to us. The other drivers have moved outboard 1 lane. It's Puff and Killa Kowalski that are going to take the Joker lane. And right now, Killa Kowalski looks good. He's first down, and there goes Mr. Dark onto the drift. A very nice drift he does. Hey, look at that. And the Texan Lone Star does the wall ride, and look at these 2 guys. They are really battling it out. That's going to send them a little further behind. And, oh my goodness, it is Lone Star pulling out in the lead over Mr. Dark. Here he comes down the scrambler. He flips over. He has not finished, and Mr. Dark will take first. Killa will take second. And we just got word that Puff has crashed.
Well, keep your eyes on Puff here on the inside of the turn on the Joker lane as he comes around. He's giving Killa Kowalski all he can handle. Now here they come, and Puff is right close by, but too close, and he gets stalled on a sharp right turn. Meanwhile, Mr. Dark is first onto the runway, but loses the drag race to Lone Star, and here comes Killa Kowalski. Lone Star stretches the lead, but when he gets onto the scrambler, he tumbles it over, and you see here how Killa had to do a pirouette, but manages to come through in second place. Mr. Dark has 7, and Killa Kowalski is in second with 5.
Aaron, you know, we're just 2 races in, but I am beginning to get a little worried about Puff here, as he has yet to score. He is in lane 2, and there we go, over the creek jump, and Lone Star crashes already. Way behind, down the Joker lane, is Puff. And right now, Killa has a nice drift, and actually so did Mr. Dark through the S-turns, and now they are well ahead. Here they come down the runway. Here comes Puff. So far, things are looking smooth for all 3 drivers. And around, oh, I think Puff just crashed in the background, and first place will be Killa. Second place will be Mr. Dark.
Well, woes continue for Puff, but it looks like Lone Star might be drinking from the same spilled milk, as he wipes out early, and that's the second race he is DNF'd. Puff is looking good coming around the Joker lane. You can see he's not quite up there with the others. But around, here they come, in slow motion, around the Big U, and Puff just manages to topple on his side and get stuck. 10 points to Mr. Dark and 9 points for Killa Kowalski after 3 races.
And so here they sit, race fans. Race number 4, Puff has the catbird seat, lights are yellow. On his outside is Killa Kowalski. Good start by all 4 drivers, and quite a battle going on, but it is Lone Star in the lead on the Joker lane. Here comes Puff. He does spin around, and Killa's, whoa, over drifting. I think he's stuck. Puff is backwards, but he's through the S-turns, looking good, and he's going to come out. Oh, wow, what a big spinnerooski. Down the runway, they all join hands together, spinning and twirling. Puff has the lead. And race fans, here he comes down the scrambler in first. And he's going to come through for 4 points. Whoa, Mr. Dark twirls but comes through in second. And Lone Star will take third.
Puff manages to navigate through the snow and onto the drift lane. He has the inside line. But it's Killer Kowalski that finds himself stranded. Mr. Dark takes the lead over Lone Star down the Joker lane and comes off really hot. He hits Puff, but Puff is going to actually find himself further down the road. And now it's up to Mr. Dark to stay in second. As they come down the scrambler, Puff takes first. Mr. Dark rolls on his side but comes in second place. Mr. Dark has 13 as we approach the halftime, and Killer Kowalski is able to maintain second place with 9.
Harvey, Billy, hold my beer, guys. Back by popular demand, and because we want to see Billy suffer, is
Bowling for Billy.
That's right, Aaron, thank you. Billy wants to catch marbles, but we really want to see him just get creamed.
The drivers get to bowl with 3 marbles. Every time they hit an H&B guy, it's 2 points. A red strike is 10, white is 20, and blue marble strike is 30. The Baja Scare with the truck is a +5, but if they hit him with their truck, that will be -5.
You're looking at Rez from Blue Line Racing. He's got all 3 of his marbles positioned and ready. And here he comes down. The blue's going to take the lead. Oh, I think the blue hit one of them, but I can't tell just what happened.
Well, we'll take a look here at the instant replay. Now watch the blue marble come in, and Harvey gets smashed by the blue marble, but the truck hits the other 2. That's +2 -5 is -3 so far.
Very good. Okay, and next up here is Sam Hall with DRT 3K Racing. He has clobbered all 3 marbles. They're coming around. The red one is in the lead. And let's see how it looks here. Oh, the red one's staying on the right side, but look at that, as the white marble plows on through. I think that's a white strike.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
That's 20 points.
Okay, well, look at that. Rez is not messing around. He's already making his way down for his second attempt. And pow, there go the 3 marbles. Now, he's going to have to hit and make a strike here. I'm sure he's making every effort to get that blue marble down. Here he comes. Oh, I think the white one got one of them, but his truck slammed the other 2.
The white marble was able to get Mo, but the truck took Harvey and Billy right off their feet. That's a total of -6.
Yep, so Sam Hull is going to win this installment of Bowling for Billy. And the question remains, how many more points is he going to get to add? So after hitting the marbles, there they are all lined up nicely. And let's see how he does. As he comes on down and, oh, wow! The red one got Billy, that much I know. Here it comes, and you'll see smack.
Watch this.
Oh, and the blue one got Mo.
That's right, so let's go back now to the instant replay, and Billy, you should have caught that marble. That was right there for you, +2, and Mo was too busy talking to Harvey. Ladies and gentlemen, the final scores are in. Sam Hall has 24 points, and he is declared the winner.
We are now just 4 races away from the quarterfinals being wrapped up, ladies and gentlemen, and 8 drivers will go into the semis. Now, Puff is on the outside, and he and Lone Star, they'll have a chance for extra points over the train. We've lost Killa. Oh, my goodness, and Puff is rolled on his side. Lone Star just went straight over, almost over, the edge there, and so no points for the train from either one of those drivers. I have no idea what happened, and now Killa is spinning around. He's going to lollygag and take his time. Here comes Mr. Dark in first. 4 more points, a first-place finish, and a great time. Here comes Killa, backing in for 3 points.
We begin here where Killer Kowalski, closest to us, just about runs off his lane. He does manage to finish, though, as he takes second. It is Puff rolling on his side, and then take a look at this. Lone Star needs to call his crew chief and help them find a steering wheel. Meanwhile, Mr. Dark has a nice smooth ride, but Killer Kowalski's having trouble on the runway, and the only one to come through with a smooth drive down the track is the man who has the lead and continues to extend that lead, Mr. Dark with 17. Killer Kowalski has 3 more, that gives him 12, but look at Lone Star and Puff. They are just falling behind.
Yeah, I hate to see when drivers struggle. I wonder a little bit about Lone Star's suspension. Maybe it's too tight, and Puff seems to be inconsistent. Oh, and Lone Star is just tipped over. That sort of verifies my suspicion That suspension does have a little bit of play, but it may still be too tight. And let's watch Puff here. He's right behind Killer Kowalski coming on down. Woo, there they go right by us. First, second, and third, and they are both ahead of Mr. Dark coming down the scrambler. Now Puff holds it together. What a great time by Killer Kowalski. We know he's fast, and Mr. Dark takes third.
The second half of racing for Lone Star didn't start the way he had hoped. He came in cockeyed, and you can see him turning it over right away. There's some more good drifting by Mr. Dark, but the speed of Killer Kowalski and Puff proved to be beneficial for them as they came down the scrambler first. Now they will collect 4 points and 3 points respectively. Mr. Dark made it over the train. He continues to lead with 21 points.
Aaron, Mr. Dark has just looked phenomenal today. He has finished every race, and he is now on the outside. But for Lone Star here and Puff, closest to us, they've really got to get it going here quickly. As Killer Kowalski has a lead, he's first, and now he spins around. He may have had contact with Mr. Dark, but we'll tell you right now that was after that small jump, so there won't be any waving off the race. There's 2 extra points for Mr. Dark as he pulls around the S-turns. He's got the lead over the other drivers. There's a little bit of bumping going on behind him, but he continues to hold the lead. Onto the scrambler first. He's been looking great, and look at him come right on through. Our timer is weary.
The timer looks like it's had enough. It's not interested in helping anymore. Now, there may have been contact, as Richard made mention, but it doesn't matter after that small jump. And Mr. Dark, look at this beautiful drift. You gotta like the control there, and that's what put him in the lead. Very similar to Isley. Maybe not the most gorgeous drift that we've ever seen, but look at how he pulled himself right in front of them. And Mr. Dark comes down. He had 6 more points, clearly in the lead with 27. Killer Kowalski, even though he did not finish, is 7 points ahead of Puff and Lone Star. He has locked himself into the second place position. The last race is about to begin.
Today has really shown us that Mr. Dark's truck is tuned and ready to go. Killa, I'm sure he's hoping that he'll do better next time. And for Lone Star, and Lone Star just tipped over, and Puff just tipped over. It's just been one of those days. And, gosh, here comes, and now Killer Kowalski has been just rammed by the train. Look at Puff. Puff is up, and he's rolling again. Mr. Dark is now down the runway and around the Big U. What a crazy finish for this race. Mr. Dark takes first. Here comes Puff. He manages to scrounge his way down the track. He's the only bit of luck, and he comes through on the final race.
Well, that's just kind of the way it was for Puff. Look at that, just right on his side, confirming that maybe the CG is a little too high on that truck. And here, this was just an accident waiting to happen. Oh my goodness, and look at what happens to Killa. It looks like that tree absorbed a lot of the damage, and the wheels helped him on the other side. Watch again here. Killa just noses it into the boxcar. And here's where the danger could have been, the accident could have been serious, but we're told that he is safe inside his cab, and the truck will be ready for the next round of racing, we hope. There is Mr. Dark flashing by, and here comes the lucky man, at least lucky for race number 8. But the winners today will be Killer Kowalski and Mr. Dark with 31 points. Moving on to the semifinal.
We hope that you have enjoyed the quarterfinals of the Baja Bouncer Invitational. Now you're looking at the drivers that unfortunately have not been able to move on because there are only 8 that remain. We know who 6 of them are, and today we've learned, quarterfinal number 4, that it is Killer Kowalski and Mr. Dubious Diecast, Mr. Dark, that will be joining the other 6. Let's take a look at how this shakes up as we go into the semifinals. Now the first semifinal will feature Sneaky Bob, Strike, Killer Kowalski, and Mr. Dark. Then the second semifinal will feature Arlo, Dusty Miles, Isley, and Giorgio.
Are you tracking?